Hey guys, and welcome back to another video of YouTube Pro. So in this episode, as you already know, I like Nintendo and I like playing Rocket League and all these games on Nintendo. But if you guys have a Nintendo, you already know that the regular Joy-Cons on Nintendo can get kind of annoying sometimes. So today, I'll be comparing the two Nintendo Pro controllers, the Nintendo PDP AfterGlow and the regular Nintendo branded Pro controller. So let's get into the unboxing. So guys, now let's do the unboxing. So I have both controllers here. Let's just get started with this one. So it feels pretty good. Just open this flap, and it's already charged. As you can see from the light, it turns on. That's a good thing. Here we go, here's the actual controller. You also have this booklet that just has all the information. And then at the bottom of the box, there also comes the charger. So yeah, that's this controller. Just first off, looking at it, its buttons are pretty good. It looks pretty similar to the actual Pro controller, but one major difference I felt right away is these buttons on the back. So there's actually two more buttons on the back. In the Pro controller, these will not be there, but this cover, you can also take this off, and then you can't press the buttons anymore. And just hold it like that. But it is kind of uncomfortable without this. So if I will be playing on this, I will put this cover back on, just like this, and then this feels more comfortable. But now, moving on to the Pro controller. So we pull this out, and then we get this and this. So only two things in this box: the charging cable and the controller. So this, pretty nice. And one thing I noticed is, so the buttons in this controller are much more clunky and loud. So I don't know if you can hear this, but it's very loud. Then now on this controller, much more quiet. But otherwise, mostly same, except for that button on the back. And weight-wise, these are probably also same. And both of these are good, except for the fact this button, this might be useful in some games, but this, for me, will mostly be just an annoyance, because I mostly play Rocket League, and I don't think this will help much in Rocket League. Okay guys, so I have both of my controllers here. I'll just turn this on. I'll just go to home, and then after that I go to controllers, and then change grip order. And then after that, I already paired mine. My controllers are already paired. But what you would do, if you have any of these, there's a button right here on both of these controllers. You just press that. Or if you're, so I'll just go press that. Or you can press LR like I did. And then it shows up right here. And you can do the same with the other one. And yeah, it shows up right there. And one cool feature I wanted to show you about this is that I have it set on joystick mode. And as you can see, there's multiple lights here, but it actually changes while I move the joystick, which is very, very cool. And you can also see all the chips and everything inside there. It's also very cool. But there's also other modes, like I think this is just regular mode, one color, and you can change the color with the D-pad, just like that. And then you can also do this mode. I think it's blinking. Yep, the color just blinks and you can change the color again. Yeah, those are all the modes. And then there's this too, rainbow. It just alternates between all the colors. But my favorite is probably this. Obviously, it's pretty cool, a cool feature. But let's say you hold the controller like close to your face, and the screen is also right in front of you. This might get a little bit distracting because every time you move the joystick, the colors change. But then again, you can also just change it to another mode. Okay guys, so the feeling of both these controllers, they are pretty similar. This one feels like a bit more cold and less quality, like it's made out of plastic, but that is a good feature. You can see through it, pretty cool. I like this one, but I actually would recommend this one. But this is actually more expensive. I think $25 more expensive, but actually this does feel like more premium. The quality is a bit better. Controllers seem pretty good. All the buttons and everything. It just feels like a bit better than this one. But that does make sense since this is actually a bit cheaper. So overall, if you're willing to spend money and get a better controller, I would recommend this. But if you want to save money, but you don't need the best quality, I would recommend this because this is a good low quality, low price controller. And if you guys want to see these controllers on Amazon, you can just go to the Amazon website and you can search up Nintendo Switch Pro Controller right there. And then it'll probably be like the second or third there, $70. That's the one I bought. And then there's other Nintendo Pro Controllers too, like the Zelda one and this one. And scroll a bit more down and you will find the PDP AfterGlow for $45, $25 cheaper than the Nintendo Pro Controller. And if you scroll more down, you'll see these other controllers. These are much cheaper, like $30, $20, but in the reviews it says that they have bad connectivity, so they don't connect sometimes. So I would not recommend these, but if you don't want to pay too much or you want to stay on the cheap side, then I would definitely recommend these instead of the actual Pro Controller. And I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there is actually more of a dip in this controller, and there is kind of a texture right on the joystick, right there. That actually makes it a bit easier to grip, but some people have said that it is kind of annoying and it can kind of annoy your thumbs. But that does seem fine to me. If you switch over to the Pro Controller, it's not that much of a dip. You cannot see that texture, but it's not actually much difference. I actually prefer these ones. They feel a bit better and it's easier to grip too. But not much difference in the joysticks. They're not like much quieter or anything, but not much difference. But as I said before in the buttons, this button is very loud. I don't know why, but it is just very loud. Oh yeah, and one weird thing is that they actually switched charging ports on this. I have no idea why. For some reason, the charging port in this controller is very, very deep, and it's actually a different charging port. Right here, as you can see, this one goes with this one. It is a different charging port. Although, well, this one, I haven't taken off the charger yet. These two both are different chargers. I don't know why. And this one, for some reason, makes it go very, very deep. This right here, this part goes all the way in to here. I have no idea why. But this one's right on the outside. Well, this one you have to go all the way in deep. So that's just one weird thing. And you cannot use other chargers for this either, because sometimes they don't have the correct shape, and that can be annoying sometimes. So you have to use this charger, which is one kind of con, I guess. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but these buttons are also a bit shorter than these ones. So if you guys play Rocket League like I do, if you guys saw in my Rocket League basics video, these two buttons are actually very used a lot, since this one is drive and this one is drive backwards, and you are driving pretty much the whole time. So this can be annoying for me sometimes, since they are so loud and they are actually kind of shorter than these ones, and these ones are much easier to grip since they are bigger. So that is a con for this one, but a pretty big pro for this one, because these buttons are very comfortable and pretty big and easy to reach back here, so they're not really a problem. As for these ones, they get pretty loud sometimes. Like, this is just usually me pressing them like this, and they are actually pretty loud, but they are actually very short too and pretty hard to reach. Now if you don't play that much and you just want some casual gameplay while you're just playing, then I would probably recommend this one, because if you just look at the buttons, there's actually not much difference between the D-pad, all the buttons, these buttons. Oh, one cool feature, random feature, is that as you can see, the home and screenshot button and the plus and the minus button, these are actually flipped. So as you can see, the plus and minus button are on top here. In this controller, they're actually on the bottom, while the home and screenshot button are on the top, which is kind of weird, but they're just flipped around. But like I was saying earlier, if you want just casual gameplay and you're not going to play for such a long time, then I would definitely recommend this one, because there's not any super amazing features that would separate this one from this one. Both of these controllers have most of the basic features, like pretty long battery lives. Both of them can go up to 40 hours of charging on one full charge. So, and they also have motion controls. Like some games, like let's say Splatoon on Nintendo, it needs motion controls in some circumstances, so both of them have it. So both of these controllers have most of the basic features, and one of them isn't just extraordinary, and both of them I will recommend. Both of them feel good, they have good buttons and everything. So this one isn't like super better because of the price, or this one isn't just like super bad because it has a low price. Both of them are pretty good. Another cool feature about this AfterGlow controller is that if you put it on charging, let's say it's low on charging, then it will actually flash red, all the lights in this controller show that it's charging, and once it's done charging, the lights will turn from flashing red to green to indicate that it's on full charge. While this controller, you can't really see it, and it just has this very small light on top. You probably can't see it. It's super tiny. It doesn't flash or anything. It's just red, and it just turns off, I think, when it's at full charge. So guys, this was a review of this Nintendo Pro controller and the AfterGlow controller. Both of these are very similar. I wouldn't rate one above the other, since this one does have a few cons, like these buttons, and its performance is not as good, I've noticed, as this one, and this can be sometimes annoying. So no wonder this one is a bit cheaper, because it does not have some good specs like the good pro feeling. But both of these are great controllers. I would recommend both of them. But I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.